What about the Brics? What would India like the Brics to be? Economic grouping or ideological one? What's the value of it going to be?
Look, it's hard to put a label on it, and we all like putting labels. I mean, that's what we do for a profession. I mean, that's why you do what you do, and I do what I do. But some things are not so easily defined, and Brics is one for this reason. I can't say that it's, I couldn't put an ideological label on it, in the sense, if you look at the Brics members, even the original members, we are a very diverse group. We are an exception to the normal rules on which groups are formed. I mean, normally countries who approximate geographically to each other or have some particular shared history or some kind of ethnic or linguistic commonality. This is normally the basis to create a group. Now, Brics defies all those assumptions. So it's not like the Commonwealth, it's not like the NATO, it's not like the G7. It's not like anything which had been conceptualized earlier. What it had, I mean, if I were to really look at what brought Brics countries together, it was a sense among very major powers that they were not getting their due place or due share of global conversations and decision making, and they would be better off if they came together and then, shall I say, sent a collective message. So that is how Brics started, and since then I think clearly they must be doing something right if so many countries want to join Brics, and so many countries actually have joined Brics. So we've had an expansion from the original 4. South Africa joined, and then it has become a double-digit membership in Joburg in 23, and in 24, last year in Kazan, we also added dialogue partners, the concept of dialogue partners. So the group has grown. Yes, we do discuss economic issues. We also discuss political issues. It's not like we don't. So I wouldn't straitjacket it. I wouldn't. As I said, it's hard to find a single adjective which would do Brics justice.
Now there is a club, the Brics. Why this club, and do you consider that the Brics will expand?
Well, to be honest, why the club? Because there was another club. It was called the G7, and you wouldn't let anybody else into that club. So we said we go and form our own club. So we decided, okay, we are also, good citizens of good standing who have a place in the global society, and therefore this is how typically clubs multiply. So it started, and as it started, like many clubs, it gained a life of its own. Over a period of time, others saw value in it as well. So in a sense, I would say, it's actually a very interesting group, because if you look at it, typically any club or any group has either a geographical contiguity or some common historical experience, or a very strong economic connect. There are some orthodox binding factors, but when you have a Brazil in South America, and Russia in Europe, and India and China and Asia, and later on South Africa was added, the common feature was really, I would say, big countries rising in the international system. Russia perhaps had already risen, so would not necessarily qualify in that, who felt that their coming together would give them greater weight and greater influence. Now, what has happened between when the Brics started, approximately 2 decades ago, to where we are now is we see, particularly in the last few years, a lot of interest in countries joining the grouping. We expanded the Brics. We took the decision to expand the Brics last year in Johannesburg, and we extended invitations to more countries, which virtually doubled the number. We will be meeting soon in Kazan next month. And we know, I mean, as I travel around the world, I frankly see more and more enthusiasm, more interest really in countries wanting to be associated in some form or the other. BRICS, of course, has itself evolved. I mean, in all of this, we've also created a bank, the New Development Bank. I think in on different issues, we have collective positions, but there are many issues on which our interests also diverge. I mean, India and Russia and China and Brazil, South Africa would not, necessarily agree on all issues, and in certain cases, maybe our positions can be quite divergent.
Yes, thank you very much. No, I noted what you said about the G7, and I fully agree with you.